Brexit betrayal incoming. Good afternoon, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. I've been thinking a bit about Keir Starmer and the Labour government and some of the decisions that they are deferring until the next Parliament. And I want to get into a few bits and pieces and connect some dots. Many people that voted for Brexit back in 2016 voted Brexit because they wanted less immigration. Not more, but less. And what happened after the EU referendum with Boris Johnson? We got the Boris wave. We got infinity, third world migration, as opposed to nearly infinite migration from the European continent. If you look at some of these figures from a few years ago, it just shows you most of the migration coming into Britain is from third world countries. India, Nigeria, Pakistan all rank very high. Then you've got China, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Bangladesh. The only ones that are somewhat from the first world would be the British National Overseas Territories and the USA, possibly Sri Lanka, depending on how you look at it. In short, we were betrayed on Brexit by Boris Johnson, who took the vote to leave the European Union as a green card to actually open it up to the entire world instead of specifically from Europe. That's the first thing we need to be clear on. Brexit was betrayed. Brexit was never delivered in the way that the voters envisaged it to be delivered in. I think many people will agree with that particular point. Then we get on to some of the things that have happened this week, like this one here. The ending of study visas from 4 countries. This is from Shabana Mahmood, from Afghan, Cameroon, Myanmar and Sudan. She's attempting to sound a very hard line in limiting visas from these countries or stopping visa routes for students from these particular countries. We granted, I think in the last year, over 400,000 visas, student visas from all over the world. And these 4 countries only deal with about 3,000 of those visas. That's not going to do much. Click into this here. Nothing has been done with Nigeria, India, Bangladesh or Pakistan, and we all know why. Labour's dependent on that vote. So they have been appearing to try to hoodwink some people that they're going to be hardline. It's nowhere near good enough. It's nowhere near where we need to be. And yet, people like Angela Rayner will say that it's un-British. It's not British. We can't simply do this. It's not what we do here. No, let's be clear. It's not what the elites do here. It's what the British people want us to do here. So let's be clear, there is a disconnect there. And the Home Secretary is also looking to extend indefinite leave to remain from 5 years to 10 years, specifically for the Boris wave. What this does, it kicks the immigration issue into the next Parliament, which is very, very important for later in the video, which I'm going to get to in a moment. But we have this. Plans to double the time migrants have to wait before they're allowed to settle permanently in Britain could be watered down on the back of Angela Rayner's intervention. Could be is the operative word. She's gesturing because she wants to be leader and she wants to drag the party further to the left to try to counter the Green vote. The Home Office says it should take 10 years before those already here can settle and have indefinite leave to remain. I would argue it's amnesty in the meantime. They shouldn't be here, they should go. The former Deputy Prime Minister, who is rumoured to be contesting as a leadership contender, Angela Rayner, has called it un-British. Alright. Everybody in the media is looking at Reform UK, and they're looking at Reform UK saying Reform is the big bad. You don't want to vote for Reform. You do not want to vote for Reform. It's classic reverse psychology. They're saying don't vote for Reform because they want you to vote for Reform. Then you look at all the race baiters like Dr. Shola, Narendra Kaur, that Yasmin Brown. They're all saying the same thing. Do not vote for Reform. It would be the worst thing ever. And then Keir Starmer and his Labour Party, they're doing the same thing as well. Do not vote for reform. Whatever you do, do not vote for reform. I can handle the Tories getting in. Do not vote for reform. Everybody's saying that this, and everyone's flocking to reform as a result. If Keir Starmer, the most unpopular Prime Minister that we've ever had, tells you not to do something, it makes you want to do it. Then we look at what Nigel Farage has said recently. He's said that he's not anti-migration, and he's also running Boris Wave candidates. Migrants that came during the Boris Wave are standing as Reform UK candidates. Do you trust this man to deport the Boris Wave, or do you trust this man to give them indefinite leave to remain? This is the question that I'm posing to everybody on the channel. I think that Farage, if he gets in, will pull a Boris Johnson, and it will be Boris Johnson all over again. The framing in the next election will be Keir Starmer and his lefties in the Labour Party framing rejoining the EU, and Nigel Farage as the saviour and the person who's going to protect Brexit. And it's going to be Hobson's choice. You're going to go into the EU again, which many people don't want, or you're going to commit to Brexit. And then the establishment, Farage, will do a Boris, and he'll turn around and say, well, you voted for Brexit, this is what you voted for. This is just my opinion, your mileage may vary. You've already seen signs from Labour that they're going in that direction. You've got a few backbench MPs saying that they want to rejoin the EU and saying that the next election should be framed along those lines. You're also saying, getting quotes from Rachel Reeves, that she's looking to get us closer to the EU for growth. Can't deregulate in our country to get growth. No, that'd be silly. The only thing we can do is get ever closer to a declining trade bloc in the hope that some of their limited growth may spill over into Britain. It's a disgrace, and it's created by weak-willed people and weak-willed politicians. We do need a genuine anti-establishment offering for the right of centre. Luckily enough, Restore Britain has actually successfully become a political party, with very little pushback from the Electoral Commission, which is great news. Now, these are just my thoughts. The choice that will be framed, or they will try to frame it at the next election, will be anti-Brexit Keir Starmer against pro-Brexit Nigel Farage. It's going to be a rerun of the 2019 election, with similar results if we don't get our house in order before that election. Now, if you like this video and you think I'm onto something making me aware, comment, like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. All opinions are valid, and of course, I could be wrong. Have a good day.